What was the best present you've ever received?
A camera, just like back in the day, digital like camera, but that was the coolest thing to me because I really wanted to take pictures of like the sunset.
I got a gaming chair for my desk, for my office at my house, and I use it every single day.
My parents bought me a pair of diamond Cinderella princess earrings and wrote like a really sweet note.
I mean, I did get a vacuum a couple years ago and I was pretty pumped about that. I mean, you know, as an adult, that's kind of what you get excited for.
When I was very young, my granddad had a .22 rifle that belonged to his dad, and the stock was busted out of it. So my dad took it, and I didn't know it at the time, and took a piece of walnut, recarved it back out, made a new stock, and they presented it to me after they had it all refinished, and as of today, I still have that rifle.
From my dad, he personally picked it out. It's a very small, 1 inch tall is the tallest nativity set made out of pewter. And it's got like 12 pieces. So it's teeny tiny. I mean, the whole thing can take up this much room, but I have to hide it from the cat.
Maybe I was 4 or 5. I got this like giant Play-Doh set. It was like, you could make pizza, you could make pasta and spaghetti and with Play-Doh, and I had it all over the kitchen.
Get a little mushy on you. Wasn't a Christmas gift, but probably when my daughter was born. That feeling that you get of becoming a dad, I immediately was in tears as soon as I saw her. Honestly, that was probably the best gift ever.
What is your favorite holiday treat?
Oh, chips and dip, obviously. My family's like a really big proponent of chips and dip before like every meal.
But I really, really love mashed potatoes, and during like Christmas, unless I make them, Christmas and Thanksgiving are the only days that my parents will make mashed potatoes from scratch.
It's sugar cookies that my mother-in-law makes.
My daughter can make one of the absolute best cakes. Her cakes and pies probably are my favorite of all.
Bread pudding.
We like to make these, we call them holly cookies. And it's basically a Rice Krispie treat, but you use cornflakes instead, and then you use green food coloring. Make it into, you know, just a little blob of green, and then you put Red Hots on top.
I'd probably say Oreo balls.
Just like the homemade Chex Mix my family makes.
What's your best/weirdest holiday tradition?
My family lives in West Virginia, and so we had this creepy clown doll. So every time we would go down there and visit, it would be like the goal of the family member, whoever got it like laid there last, would try and sneak it into her luggage to bring it back. And so we would just find this random like clown in the weirdest places. Sometimes it would come in the mail, sometimes it would be like under the floorboards. It was just crazy, creepy stuff.
My dad always reading the Christmas story. Christmas morning before we opened our presents. And I've kind of carried that on to our kids too. We do that every year before.
My mom traditionally always makes a rhubarb strawberry pie. And not everybody likes it, but my mom adds enough sugar that it really makes it good. And then she always brings turnips.
My mom would give us money, but she didn't want to just put it in an envelope. So she'd put it in an envelope, but then proceed to create a poem to tell us where to go look.
So we typically don't do a traditional Christmas meal like, you know, mashed potatoes, even though I love that. We do like Mexican food or like whatever, fajitas or something different.
Every Christmas Eve, I have to watch The Christmas Story. Old Ralphie.
I think the weirdest one we've ever done is assign the 12 days of Christmas to each family member, and when that part comes up, you're the one that has to sing that verse. It was horrible. Yeah. Man, my aunt though, she got that 5 golden rings. Because it was like the main one that was like, that actually showed off your voice, and she got it. 5 golden rings.
I don't know about the weirdest holiday tradition, but I'm sure a ton of people do this. It's just Dirty Santa or White Elephant. People would bring gear from their favorite teams, so it would be like you would get OU chairs and OU banners and all kinds of stuff. And if you're an OSU fan, it was like garbage to you. You got no value out of it. You're like, I'm not gonna use this. So we just kind of discontinued it because at that point, everyone was just buying gifts for themselves. So,
Which recipe would you like to try this holiday season?
Instead of the traditional turkey and dressing, we are going to do pulled pork.
I would like to try to make orecchiette pasta.
We pretty much stick to the same 4 food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
I'll try a new dessert. That's about it.
Baked macaroni and cheese. I know everyone does it, but my family hasn't, and so I want to like bring it to the table, you know, so to speak.
I really want to smoke my own meat. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I've never in my life had like cranberry sauce like with my turkey or anything, so I think this year I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay, what's your go-to holiday movie?
Oh, well, Christmas Vacation, of course. I can name a few. I like White Christmas. It's a musical. I obviously like Elf and Home Alone.
You're probably gonna think it's Elf, and you're probably right. For my husband, we watch Die Hard, because that's obviously a Christmas classic.
Christmas Story.
Because I have a lot of nieces and nephews, we watch The Polar Express because we like to get them the PJs, I mean, of course, and make the hot chocolate, and yeah, so we do The Polar Express. I like it. I think it's cute.
For years now, it's been The Grinch.
Probably The Grinch. I've watched like the new one and it's really, really cute.
Probably The Christmas Story because it's just been around so long, and you always share it with your kids and things like that. And
What's your favorite or least favorite holiday song?
Favorite classic is Sleigh Ride. Non-favorite, maybe Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Favorite's gotta be Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas? Is that what it's even called? I'm not sure what it's called, but you know the song.
The
The one that gets me every time is gets you right there in the feel goods. This boy wants to get shoes for his mom.
I don't want Rudolph. I don't want Grandma Got Run Over by that reindeer. You know, I just want.
Jingle Bell Rock because of that scene in Mean Girls. It makes me think of that, and it's really funny.
So I really don't have one. I like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Is that how you say it?
My favorite is Oh Holy Night. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so it doesn't really matter. I listen to all the Christmas songs.
well, sometimes they get these catchy little songs and the kids all sing them. And after about the 20th time, they get a little old.
Now, what dish do you always skip when it's being passed around the table?
Any of the green bean casserole, mush, none of that. No mush for me. Unless it's mashed potatoes. That's an acceptable mush.
Anything that's green. I mean, unless it's Jell-O or dessert, some type of dessert.
It's the broccoli and cheese casserole. And it's not even, I like it. No, that's the thing. I like it. I just, when it's like in that setting, I would rather go for that for the leftovers.
I'm not a big cranberry sauce guy. It's not my favorite. I've tried it a few times. I don't really care for it, so I usually pass on that.
Pumpkin pie, hands down.
Cranberry sauce.
Mashed potatoes. I'm not a big fan of mashed potatoes.
None. All of it, one at all.
Finish this thought. It wouldn't be the holidays without
Family.
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 Probably friends and family definitely wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the holidays without family.
It wouldn't be the holidays without family, right?
Family. And A Christmas Story.
Food.